What is up guys, welcome back to my new video. Today this video is going to be a bit different. Not only this video but many of my upcoming videos. Recently I started developing a new 2D platforming game and I'm going to document it until I finish making the game, explaining what I'm doing in detail, explaining the code. So if that sounds interesting to you, please subscribe and stay tuned for my upcoming videos. So with everything said, let's get into it. Firstly, I imported all these assets to my project which is necessary to make my 2D platforming game. I borrowed these assets from Kenny.com and Game Art 2D. Both have amazing free assets so you can use if you want to check them out. The link is in the description below. So now with all that said, I'm gonna make my character, I'm gonna make my kinematic body. So I'll do all that and then explain what nodes I used. So now I finished the character, so let me explain. The first node I used is a Kinematic Body 2D. Why? Because I want the user to control the character's movements, and it's usually used for bodies that move. And the next node I used, which is the parent to the Kinematic Body 2D, is Sprite. That's a place where you put the texture and that texture becomes your main play of the game. Not necessarily, but here I'm making this main sprite as the main play of the game. And then the next node I use is of course Collision Shape 2D. Without this node you cannot make a level or interact with the level. So its main purpose is to interact with the environment in the level, and you will understand it in the upcoming videos. Now I'm going to code the movement of the player and explain it. So guys, now I finished writing the code. I'm going to explain it, but before I move on, I want to tell something. I'm not going to explain the code properly. I'm going to give a brief of what I wrote, but if you all want me to explain everything properly, leave a comment down below. Why I'm saying this, because it takes too much time to explain, but if you all want me to explain properly, leave a comment down below. So the first thing is func physics process. That's the code block which I first want to explain. And since we're dealing with physics, we're going to write physics process and delta. Delta is the time in seconds between frames. It ignores frame rate fluctuation. And then we are writing if statements, and we're writing if input dot is action pressed. Basically we're taking input from the user. So suppose we press the right arrow key, that's why I type right, it'll go right, and if not left, that's why I wrote and not input dot is action pressed. So what I'm saying here is if I press right and not left, it'll go right in the x-axis. And then I'm writing in the second one is left. So it's the same thing, but what I'm saying is if I'm pressing the left arrow key and not the right, it'll go left. And I made variables and constant for this. So first variable I made was motion, which is equal to vector 2 0 0, means I'm dealing with 2D. I'm dealing with a 2D game, so I'm writing vector 2, which will have x and the y axis. And then I'm having move and slide. Basically when you hit something, try and move along, and it can detect floors, ceiling and walls. So this is perfect for my game. So this is the brief explanation of my code. So guys, that is it for my video. So I really hope you liked it. This video was kind of a bit short, but then next upcoming videos of the documentation will be a bit more longer. But if you enjoy these videos, please like, subscribe and smash that like button, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.